Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 16th. This week, you have this message in a bottle card and this not for you card. So the message in a bottle card could literally represent receiving a message, and the not for you card says that something might not be for you. And I think you have realized that, by the way. It's like this could be like an activity or something that you're doing. I kind of feel like it's work related, that something is not for you. The other funny thing that's popping into my head here, Cancer, is that, that this could be something that you have already left, that you're realizing is not for you. And I feel like it's work related. But sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I think we wonder if we have made the right decision. And, this week you could be realizing that you made the right decision to, step away from something or to not, engage in something. So, I kind of feel like that not for you card is actually talking about confirmation, or it's like you're receiving a little bit of confirmation. You have the Emperor, the Fool, and the Two of Swords. The Emperor is about, I feel like this is you. The Emperor is Aries, but, I feel like you are embracing the energy of the Emperor. It's like you're taking much more control over your life and the things that happen to you. So, again, I kind of just get this feeling of responsibility on the Emperor, where it's like I think you're looking for things in life that you can be in control of in a good way, and where you can take responsibility for whatever it is that you're working on. So I really see this more as kind of like a card of you just taking control of your life. You have the Fool. The Fool is about taking some sort of leap of faith in a new direction. And we go to the Four of Pentacles, to the Three of Wands. It's also kind of like a funny message that I'm getting with these three cards. It's like almost like you're saying, like, what am I afraid of, or something. Like that's kind of like what's popping into my head. The Four of Pentacles could be saying that you've been holding on tightly to a comfort zone, and then we go to the Three of Wands. And in your reading, I feel like that Three of Wands is like, I feel like he's much more prepared in your reading. Like normally I feel like the Three of Wands says, what are you waiting for? But in your reading, I feel like he is ready to just kind of take a leap onto those boats that are on the water there. And so I almost feel like you're like, there's a certain level of like brave energy that I get off of those three cards, where you're saying, it's like, I've been trying to protect myself for so long, but like from what? The protection is preventing my expansion. Like, I feel like this is what you're saying. And so I think you're like taking a leap of faith with that Fool, or it's like you're maybe in a better energy to take a leap of faith or something like that. I also feel with the Two of Swords here, she's thinking this or that. She's trying to protect her heart. She doesn't want to get hurt again, but she could be preventing herself from seeing what's over here. I always say she needs to go to this island over here. That island represents like a third place or something different that she's never experienced before. And so I think for a lot of you, it's like you could be saying to yourself, like, what would happen if I took this leap of faith? Or, what does it look like over there? I don't know. I just get like such an open feeling here, Cancer. It's good. I think this is very good for you, because I feel like you're just like saying, like, what's life without adventure, right? And, I think that you're more willing to go on adventures this week, or you're more willing to step into something new because of what it might, what the potential could be. And, I think it's like you're not protecting yourself too much, right? With the Emperor, you have the Eight of Wands. I mean, you could be receiving communication from an Emperor. We have this message in a bottle card here. We do have the Two of Cups right here. You've been getting a lot of love with me recently, Cancer. So if you're hoping for love, or if you're hoping to form a new connection, then I feel this could be like a new connection where you're communicating with a person with Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success or quick movement. So again, just like I said at the beginning, if you are being more brave, more bold, more assertive, taking control, then I think things could move forward very quickly. With the Fool, you have the Judgment card, more communication going on here. So communication is, there could be an important communication coming in for you, and that's kind of what I feel here. And it could be for anything. It doesn't, again, it doesn't have to just be love. This could be, like I said, for some of you, I feel this is like work or business, where you're making a change, or you're realizing that something wasn't working, and so you're stepping away from it. The Judgment card is about rebirthing something, or, reinventing something. So I think a lot of you are kind of, could be reinventing your work as well. With the Two of Swords, you have the Chariot. I don't know. It seems to me like, this is your card, Cancer, but it seems to me like you get this card with me every single reading. So definitely heading towards a victory. He is definitely moving away from where he has always been, this city behind him, and he's moving in a new direction. It's like all your readings at the end of the year here, I would say maybe the last quarter of this year, have been about you kind of like moving in new directions or you leaving a comfort zone. And that seems to be a big focus for you. So, I think it's going to be a good thing, obviously. The Chariot would say you're heading towards a victory. And also, these two cards, Eight of Wands and the Chariot, are both cards of momentum. They kind of represent things speeding up or things happening more quickly in your life. So, really good. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this mystery card and this law of attraction card. So something that you have attracted is what's coming in for you. I think you have asked for something and it's almost like you're getting it. It could be a little bit mysterious, right? There could be a little bit of mystery or things to learn in a new situation that you've attracted into your life, but, looks pretty good to me. You have the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. So definitely receiving a new offer here. He has been disappointed with all these offers in front of him. And, but this fourth cup is reaching out to him, and it could be something totally different. He also needs to realize that he has all the ingredients here for success. Like these three cups, like, yes, they've been a disappointment, but they have also taught him something that could make this next opportunity more successful if he mixes together the lessons. And that's what the Four of Cups is all about. So I think this could be an offer, but the funny thing is this could be you could be offering someone something, and this could be them. Especially if you're talking to a person in love, you might if you want to talk to a person in love, I think you could be worried about how it's going to go, or will the person even be interested or whatever. So again, I think this is more of a fear more than anything else. You have the Four of Pentacles. I feel pretty good about the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles kind of goes both ways, but, I think I get more, it's not even, I can't even talk, Cancer, because it's not even a thing. The Four of Pentacles to me is more like a realization that you're having. I think you're saying I've been playing it safe for so long and nothing ever goes anywhere. So I don't think you're taking ridiculous risk, but I think you're saying, what if, like I said earlier, it's I get more of this feeling of you being willing to adventure, or you being willing to just see what happens in all areas of your life. I feel this is a new side of you, Cancer, that you are developing. So it feels really good. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups can be a perfect match, of course. Two of Cups is usually you and someone different. Usually Two of Cups represent someone who's different than your usual type. I feel like I've been saying this to you for weeks. So yeah, if you want love, there you go. Also, this right here is a Staff of Hermes, which is Mercury. So usually this starts with communication with the Two of Cups, and we have a million communication cards in this reading. So it could start as communication. Two of Cups can also be you and your higher self, and we also have your higher self angel shows up right here on the Judgment card. So if you could be feeling called or pulled in a new direction with the Three of Wands. So, so this would kind of represent answering the call of your higher self to take a leap of faith towards something new. And it could be anything. It could be a business idea, a job, it could be a new hobby, it could be something could be you moving with the Chariot and the Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands showing up here. It could be one of a million things, Cancer. So I would answer the call. With the Four of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. Are you kidding me? Seriously, Cancer, definitely some sort of love offer coming in here. It's either you or them that is making the offer. I feel like someone in this situation is afraid of what's going to happen. It's it's almost like someone is afraid that their offer will be rejected, or, that it won't go well. So, there you go. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. Again, needing to change your story. Four of Pentacles with the Four of Cups would say that what you need to let go of is the old story. The story that nothing ever works for you, or the story that you can't, start a business and make it successful, or the story that you are, not attractive enough for a person, or, whatever it is. I think the Four of Cups is about releasing that old story, whatever the old story is for you, and realizing that you have everything you need with the Nine of Pentacles right here. With the Two of Cups, yes, you have the Six of Cups. Probably a very playful connection. I like the Six of Cups for new love as well. It can represent a new soulmate, and it can also represent something that's very childlike, playful, fun, something that is protected as well. These children are being protected by these castle walls, and so they are kind of and they're also being protected by this guard here. So this could be like a very much protected connection that's coming in for you. If you don't want love, and even if you do, the Six of Cups can encourage you to be more childlike and just be more playful, which I think is true for everyone right now. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card. It says, the time is now. I'm pretty sure you've been getting these cards like for weeks as well, all about like needing to take action. You have the Three of Wands, which I also think you get all the time. I also think you don't have it here, but like you always get these cards like this, like Seven of Cups, for example, as well. Seven of Cups can say that you feel like you're not ready, but you are. So, this says it's time to act without hesitation. Move past the old and move forward. Literally what we said in the first two rows. The first two rows basically say move past the old and into the new. You have this Unlocking Solutions card. It says, through compromise, you will create the successful outcome you are hoping for. So if you're working on anything where you're like negotiating or where there needs to be a compromise, I think you'll figure it out. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is independence. I think you are in like a good independent place where you're able to take care of yourself. Maybe you have the things that you need or that you want. And, again, I think this is a good thing. I also think, Nine of Pentacles is all about your environment. She has this little snail right here, and the snails wear their homes on their back. So the snail kind of represents your environment. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I think it's super important that we create an environment of success around us so that we can be more successful. And that's what I would do here. I also, the funny thing is, I also do feel like if you are attracting a person like this who doesn't seem open right away, I think they will open up, number one. But number two, I kind of feel like they have gotten used to being alone. It's like you could be attracting a person who's really developed their independence, which is a good thing. Again, when you develop a person or when you find a person who like doesn't need you, then, that is a much better person to be with. Usually they're like more emotionally stable. Usually they're more stable in general. But I do think this person has like little quirks, where it's like maybe they go fishing every single weekend and like that's it. And maybe you want to hang out with this person on the weekends, right? But they want to go fishing and that's it, right? But you have this card here, Cancer. It says Unlocking Solutions. Through compromise, you will create a successful outcome. So again, there might be things to work through in the future, but like I don't really see it being a problem. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, again, kind of says, what are you waiting for? But I feel differently in your reading. I feel like you are more carefree or something. Which is a good thing. I think you're not so much attached to outcome, and you're also more saying what if. Like I said earlier, I think you're kind of like, instead of just being like, oh, this needs to work this way, you're just saying like, what if this does work? Which is a much better approach to life, I have found. Just instead of being like, oh, nothing works, just saying like, what if it does work, and just kind of going from there. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. This whole entire reading is a change in direction. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is what you're creating or working on, is it worth it? Is it working or not? And, he is analyzing those Seven Pentacles and he's saying like, is this worth it or not? And only he can answer the question, meaning only you can answer that question, but you might be looking at things that you're working on and you're just saying like, is it worth it or not? And like I said, it's probably a good time to do that. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Someone is definitely afraid of repeating a cycle, for sure. I literally practically said it. Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups. This is the person who is too used to things going the wrong way. And I think someone needs to get out of their head here. It could be you, could be a person you're attracting. Might not even be a person. It could just, like I said, it could just be you in work. It's like maybe you are too used to things not going your way. And so I think it would be time to kind of like change the story, which I said on the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. With the Three of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles, slow movement forward. Knight of Pentacles, again, I feel pretty good about this. It's like you're making progress. Normally, I don't like the Knight of Pentacles. He's not moving. He's the only knight in the tarot that isn't making a move. He has these empty fields behind him, but if he would just plant seeds in those fields, they would grow. So it's like, I think you have to take the first step towards something, and that will probably get it growing. But Knight of Pentacles is kind of like slow. If this is a relationship, I actually don't think it will be very slow. It might start slow, but you have the Eight of Wands in the Chariot. It's like, this could be something that starts slow and then takes off fast. Same thing with work or business, like whatever changes you're making there. It's like these changes could take a little bit of time to build up. Nothing happens overnight pretty much. But, for the most part, it looks pretty good. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Fool again. So definitely you are taking a leap of faith towards something that you are being called to take a leap of faith towards. And I think it will be very, very good for you with that Fool card. I mean, the Fool is a new beginning. The Fool is a totally new journey that you are definitely prepared for. And with the Three of Wands, I think you are, definitely prepared to take this leap of faith. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says adjustments are required. You also have this you are good enough card. So I think you need to believe that you are good enough to have something. Definitely adjustments. Again, I'm telling you right now, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You are definitely attracting a person. I mean, it popped into my head that, I think this person has, it's like they are who they are, right? And they have some sort of routine. Or they have like something that they do every single weekend or something like that. So it's like maybe you're going to have to adjust to that. Again, Two of Cups can be a different person as well. They can just be different than what you are used to. So, it's like I think both people are going to have to adjust to each other, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So, I think that if this is love, that you will adjust. You have the Four of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. Four of Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. Yes, I mean, we still have all these retrogrades, even though Mercury is direct this week on the 15th. So on the 16th, it will be direct. We're still in the shadow. We still have Mars retrograde until like February 23rd. We don't even clear the shadow of Mars retrograde until like April 30th or something like that. So I think that for a lot of you, this is saying like, if you need a break, take a break. That is my rule for retrogrades. If I need a break, I just take a break, right? And I just don't force it. And I think that that always makes it my retrograde periods smooth sailing, right? And so if you need a break, just take a break. If you don't feel like doing something, don't do it, right? And that will help the most. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says you are not giving up, especially in the good stuff. Nine of Wands says, he is a wounded warrior, but he has this one wand and he's willing to try again. So I think for a lot of you that you are kind of like willing to try again, or you are willing to like take a leap of faith again or do something new again. And I feel pretty good about that with the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. And so it's my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Anything that you're working on, I would definitely experiment with your work. I think that will help you the most. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. I was looking for something else here, but Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment or receiving fulfillment. He is getting what he wants because he is in alignment with what he wants. And I think that would be important for you as well, like making sure that you are getting into alignment. And, that's that. With the Four of Swords, you have the Devil. The Devil coming up in the good stuff could say, obviously, that you're healing something that has been toxic in your life. The Devil in the good stuff is good. It could also just say you are removing an energy vampire from your life. That could be a person, but it could be anything. It could be a habit. It could be a job that you have. It could be a business you work for. It could be a place that you go. Again, with the Nine of Pentacles, it's all about your environment. So there might be some sort of environment that is draining to you. And the Devil would just say in the good stuff that you are avoiding it, which is exactly what you should do. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands. So basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. You always get tons of repeating cards with me, which is pretty crazy. Again, this doesn't happen to anyone else, Cancer. I cannot even express to you how no other signs get this many repeating cards in the reading. So, definitely something to pay attention to. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Tower. The Tower's coming up in the good stuff. I definitely think there are going to be a million Tower moments going on, between now and like 2033. We are literally in a time of like destruction, but not destruction in a bad way. This is the whole point of the Tower, is that the Tower's being destroyed because these people have been ignoring reality. So it's like literally we're entering into a new reality, and we just had Pluto move into Aquarius officially. The cusp of Capricorn and Aquarius is the death of establishment. The Tower is the death of establishment. So, again, there are going to be tons of Tower moments in the world. We've seen a bunch of them in it recently as well. So there's going to be tons of stuff to worry about, but just don't worry. The other thing is it's coming up in the good stuff. So this could say that a Tower moment has led to fulfillment. So like I said, it's coming up in the good stuff. It could just say that you're healing from a Tower moment. You have this success card, so something is going to be a success, probably something you're wishing for. Like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, I feel like for once something is working, or, for once someone is attracted to you, like I said earlier, or for once something is working out. So there you go. You have this table. It says hard work ahead. I think that, obviously there's good work coming in for you with the Seven of Pentacles. You're in the Nine of Pentacles as well. I think that a lot of you could be making work changes, but I think this is for fulfillment. It's like you could be changing the work that you do so that you feel more fulfilled. You have this bear card. It says danger, especially in money matters. I think everyone should be keeping an eye on their finances. I say this all the time. So, I would just keep an eye on your finances. I don't think this is something to worry about. I would just keep an eye on your finances. That's it. You have this harp. It says great happiness on it. So yes, definitely. I think there's something coming in for you that's going to make you very happy here, Cancer. So that looks good. You have this kite card that says vacation. Yeah, you have the chariot, which could be travel, and the 8 of wands, which can also be movement, or the 3 of wands, which can also be movement. So maybe you need a vacation, or even if you can't go on vacation, maybe you need a staycation, right? Maybe you just need to take a break with that 4 of swords, or do whatever you can to kind of recharge your batteries, and I think that would be very good for you. But this is a very straightforward reading, Cancer. I love it. Really good energy here. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.